Literally, like I said, I have no idea why. It's just decided it, I guess. Before this continues, I am probably gonna hit the toilet. Before this continues. And my mic is on. Okay, go back. Okay, my stream working, mic's on, right? Okay. I don't know what happened, my stream had to end because of placing I have to end my recording and then, start streaming again.
We went to Cyrus's house. No one was there. Sino got there before us, but he was long gone by the time we arrived.
He didn't say where he was going?
No. He left us a letter and told us not to go after him.
Tanari shares what you learned
Can't
from
say
the
I'm
Hardy.
surprised.
Typical Sino. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the emblem from memory again, but in more detail this time.
Emblem looks... It looks like a TCG card at this point. Let's be honest, sir.
I checked some ancient texts for a similar design. The one I found was a little blurry.
Oh, it turns out the emblem was all but lost to history. We scoured the entire Academia collection, and that book was the only one with a record of the motif.
Meanwhile, Arav managed to get Uraka to disclose his source. The one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds was a young man from the desert. According to Uraka, he had a striking presence and was well educated.
Apparently, the two met in the tavern over a game of cards. The guy claimed to be in the city for business as part of a merchant caravan. Uraka was intrigued when he heard what his new acquaintance had to say and brought up the idea of extorting Cyrus for Mora. The guy encouraged him to go ahead with it, then handed him some pen and paper to write the letter.
I see.
So it could be that this person planted the paper intentionally.
So, how do we find this guy? Did Uraka say where he is?
He doesn't know. He claims not to have seen him since that day in the tavern. The man gave him some tips on how to carry out the extortion, but from then on, Uraka was acting alone.
Nephis and Arav have gone to meet the Core of 30 and review the city's entry and exit records. Also, Nephis admitted that the Temple of Silence in the Academia is just a facade. The true Temple of Silence once came to the rainforest to establish a collaboration with the Academia, but as time went by, the sages gradually became corrupt and foolish. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the Academia and ended the partnership. They retreated back to the desert about 400 years ago. Ever since its inception, the Temple of Silence has been the guardians of King Deshret's civilization and belief system. They traveled throughout Sumeru, sequestering and guarding any wisdom that posed a threat to the people's livelihoods. At its roots, it was a legitimate and reputable organization whose purpose was to guide people towards the right path.
The Academia of the day knew that the split would damage their reputation if it became a matter of public knowledge. And so, they set up a dummy organization of their own to conceal the truth.
Not only that, but they managed to keep up the charade for hundreds of years!
So how did Cyrus become acquainted with the true Temple of Silence if they left centuries ago?
I'll bet that's the question that bothered Sino. Probably why he went after him in such a rush.
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the first step of the plan. Their true goal in doing so was for Cyrus to see the emblem on the letter.
He must have recognized it right away. That'll be why he didn't want to involve the authorities. He probably hoped to take care of the whole thing by himself. Unfortunately for him, Sino had other plans.
Yeah.
Since the desert is where the Temple of Silence originated, that is in all likelihood where Cyrus went.
I have to go after him.
Really? Are you sure that's a good idea, with how you respond to the heat? Why don't we send someone else?
I should be fine, as long as I bring plenty of water. Besides, I just can't shake this ominous feeling that if we don't catch up to them soon...
Everyone, I have news from the Core of 30.
Master!
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tainari's master? Oh, we're finally getting to meet him in person!
So I ran downstairs. Hello.
It's a pleasure to meet you,
Wherever you are.
Traveler in Paimon. Several independent eyewitnesses have reported seeing Cyrus and Mahamatra Sino leaving the city at different times. Both were heading in the direction of Caravan Rebat. I was going to suggest that you join forces with the Core of 30 in this case,
his
however,
master, right?
as I'm sure you've already heard from Al-Haytham and Kaveh, the Temple of Silence is involved. The Academia has made a number of decisions throughout history that I am ashamed to talk about. It may well be that no better choice was available to them, but those actions are nonetheless a stain on our legacy. I won't attempt to make you understand the Academia's perspective. Now is the time for action.
I understand where you're coming from, Master. But
I'm gonna be
I'm
honest, these
afraid the
stages are
situation might
basically
be more
nothing.
complicated
Like, let's
than
be
we
honest,
thought.
the stages are pretty
I
pathetic.
think we need to keep a low profile, or risk making things worse.
Good point. If Cyrus
Like what
is
everyone like
involved with the other
who's
side,
into
or
mirrors like,
worse,
oh my
if he's
god,
fallen into
they are
their hands,
sages.
and
It basically just means they're smart. Let's be honest.
everyone, we have to get Cyrus and Sino back safely. We cannot afford to lose them.
Need our help? Whatever you need, we got you covered.
Really? Wonderful. You have my most sincere gratitude. Arav and I will continue to follow up on the lead from Uraka.
You're
Kaveh,
Arav.
Scribe Al-Haytham, I'd like to ask you to cover the duties of the House of Dana. Tainari, you're planning to go into the desert, correct?
I am. Kaveh, I'll be okay. You stay behind to help Master and Al-Haytham.
Well, if you're sure. Okay. But be careful.
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
You'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help when you need it.
Will do. Let's go, Tainari. Hopefully we can catch up with Sino before it's too late.
Knowing him, he's probably covered a fair distance already, but we still have a shot.
Yeah,
Let's
we can
take it.
teleport after all. Give me the book. Okay. I mean, this is a good way to grab books if you want to.
Okay, we made it to Caravan Ribat.
Oh, look at the
Where
like
should we go next? Maybe we should ask the nearby guards if they've seen anything.
yes.
Hold on. Look over there.
Is that Dia?
Dio.
You sure you want to brave the desert alone? I mean, it's your choice at the end of the day, but still.
It's not my first time. I'll be fine.
Sino.
If you're really going to go through with this, then at least take our advice. When you're packing for your trip, budget for 5 days more than you plan to spend out there.
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go get ready.
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come after me? I thought I had a good lead on you.
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go off on your own like this?
Nothing personal. It's just a complex situation. And I'd rather not involve anyone else if I can help it.
Takes a special kind of person to get Sino chasing them all the way out to Caravan Ribat. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Is he Sumeru's most wanted or something? Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all of our friends is the whole reason we're here.
You're looking well. Glad to see it.
Thanks.
Candace and I came to Caravan Ribat on business. We ran into Sino as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone with just a sumpter beast in tow and very few supplies. That's gotta be one heck of a story there.
Sino, it's okay if you can't tell us anything about the case, but let us know how we can support you. We're here to help however you need. The more people we have working on this, the quicker we'll be able to find the person you seek.
No, it's not that simple. If I'm right, he'll be doing everything he can to avoid us.
We spoke with Zaha Hadid. From what she said, it's pretty clear that he wants to try and solve this on his own. It won't be easy trying to find him in the desert when he's deliberately trying to cover his tracks.
Sounds like this is far more complex than we imagined.
Still, if he started from Caravan Ribat, the chances are that his route took him past our village. You may as well ask if anyone there has seen him.
My thanks to you both. Once this is resolved, I will find a way to repay you.
Ah, come on. No need to get all serious. Just buy a round of drinks next time we're all in the city or something.
That's a deal.
All right, so, you all set?
Yes, we'll handle it from here. Thank you again for your help. I don't take it for granted.
All right, then we'll leave you to it. Just remember, if you change your mind and need some reinforcements, we'll be here.
And don't think you'd be imposing. You can depend on us.
Don't worry, we'll keep him out of trouble.
Yeah, he's also. Sorry,
Sino should count himself lucky that the Traveler and Tainari got here when they did. What was he thinking, trying to play the lone hero?
The desert tests the character of all who enter it, and only those with wisdom and courage shall prevail. But take heart. With his companions by his side, no harm will come to Sino.
Hold on. There's a few things I'd like to clear up.
Go on.
So, after you left the campsite, we had a longer talk.
Clearly, we've only scratched the surface of the Temple of Silence question. It doesn't surprise me at all that the one in the Academia is a fake.
Do you have any connection with the Temple of Silence?
I do. I trust you're all aware of the spirit that gives me my power. Hermanubis, the original founder of the Temple of Silence. Due
Is
to
my father.
unique constitution, I was put through a number of trials in the desert when I was younger. Later, I met the professor, and he brought me to Sumeru City. But my memory of that time is hazy. I can't recall much. It's a good thing that Kaveh noticed the emblem on the letter. Without that, I don't know if we would have connected the dots and realized there was more to this case than mere extortion. I did not recognize that symbol at all. Whether that's because I've never seen it, or because my memory fails me, it's hard to say.
Yeah, you're right. Thank goodness for Kaveh, and for Alhaitham's diligence during his time as acting Grand Sage.
But Cyrus must have recognized it right away, right? Otherwise, he wouldn't have had any qualms about you reporting it. Oh, maybe his connection to the Temple of Silence goes even deeper than yours.
I suspect so too. Professor has never once mentioned the Temple of Silence in conversation. And whenever the conversation turns to Hermanubis and the concept of spirit indwelling, he avoids going into any depth.
Well, speaking of avoiding things, you do realize, don't you, now that we've caught up with you, you're stuck with us for the rest of the way?
I am aware. And I have accepted it. Or rather, I don't see how I could manage to ditch you en route, so I might as well accept that you're coming with me.
That's right.
And I got all of us have like
With
gaps
you
in our clothes,
so the
so we
best
can like.
option now is to try to look out for each other. Ha!
Look at my thing. It works
Fair
fine for
enough.
this. Look at Talari's
Then
still
at least
fully
let me
dressed.
buy you a drink once we're back in the city.
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here can tell us.
Hello.
Mahamatra Sino?
I'm looking for someone. So I'd like to confirm any recent foot traffic in and out of Aru village.
Sounds kind of so cries a bit.
A man matching that description passed by Aru village not too long ago. He stopped by to load up on food and water and feed his sumpter beast, and then he was on his way.
Where was he going?
Let me think. He took a seat by the entrance of the village for a while, and had a brief chat with the person who came to deliver the water. He said he was headed somewhere near an oasis, but he didn't mention which one. Do you have a map? I can mark out the direction he was heading and the best routes to any nearby oases.
I have one. Mark away.
Great. There you go.
Thank you so much. You were a great help.
You've got a really good memory.
Ah, you're quite welcome. Just doing my job. Best of luck. I hope you find him soon.
Yeah.
I have never missed Fontaine so much in all my life.
No, yeah, my fault.
Move it.
Get reach.
Freeze! No, my sword! Witness the power of Gugwa! You asked for it!
Yeah, I'm into it. I can't go up it. Come down. Maybe like a fair fight. Okay, that really didn't seem like a fair fight though. I got a back itchy and all that, sorry.
Ready.
It's like so much longer.
First to find gets to stake their claim.
Yeah, I know.
Seems fair.
Let's just leave 2 or 5. I don't know what the pretext behind giving 5 or 2 is. They don't just
Hold on. I see some people over there.
Do you think it's safe to ask them what they know?
Should be. I'll go...
No. I'll do it.
yeah, who?
Huh? Why can't Sino go talk to them? What difference does it make?
Given my background, appearance, and the way I dress, I might not be the most welcome visitor here. Just in case, it's probably better to let a more neutral party handle things.
Ah, hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting. My friend and I are looking for an elderly man who's gone missing around these parts. Any chance I could ask you a couple of questions?
Save us, whatever you
Oh,
save us.
a missing person, huh? Sure. What do you want to know?
I'm just wondering if you've seen him. Let me give you the details.
So, a silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes, and he's traveling alone.
He'd stand out like a sore thumb around here.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
He's looking behind me.
Uh-oh. That guy's looking our way.
Your friend over there stands out a lot, too. Hey! Aren't you Sino, the General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
You don't seem surprised that I recognized you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, you're the one looking for the old man who's gone missing, aren't you?
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Someone's on edge. You don't trust me much, do you? No need to hide it. I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help. Do you want it or not?
I thought you were a group of merchants. Seems I was mistaken.
Your henchmen don't look like much, but something tells me they put up a better fight than most mercenaries.
Hey! Hear that, guys? You're my henchman now.
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already. I'm running out of patience.
Alright. Come with me. All of you.
Where are you taking us?
Don't you want to find your friend? A silver-haired, long-robed, culture type with thoughtful eyes? Sounds like there's a whole other side to Cyrus I didn't know about.
So you know where he is?
Just follow me. I'll take you to him.
Where was that? 'Cause I ain't... Wait, he doesn't stop writing these. Oh, he does. Where's... Maybe here. I don't know where that thing is, but...
And here.
What? Where are you looking? There's nothing here.
Please step back.
Whoa, something's coming out of the ground.
What is this enormous building doing here?
And how was it so well hidden? King Deshret's technology?
Wait, so... Hold on, who are you guys really?
Is this the Temple of Silence? So you're a member?
All good questions. There'll be plenty of time to address them later.
No dungeon showing? Okay.
This is not what Paimon was expecting to find in the desert, especially not hidden right next to an oasis. Ooh, Paimon's scared. They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy Uraka met in the tavern?
What's wrong? Thinking about your professor?
I just hope for your sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
Me too. Hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
Talk to the mysterious person. I have to go all the way over here. This is not a dungeon, bro, is it? I don't know if they have waypoints though. You didn't put me in a dungeon, like, you didn't tell me to search. And you can do that, so... It's might be hard to, I can unlock the waypoint on the ground, or desert, I don't know.
Alright, you can wait here for now. I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence. Sit tight until he comes to greet you.
So he's just gonna leave us here unattended? Maybe we're not being kidnapped after all.
They can't have been at the oasis by chance. They were waiting for us. Whoever the leader is here, they were obviously counting on us showing up.
So this is the Temple of Silence. After leaving the rainforest, they hid themselves here?
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
Don't worry. Someone will come and call for you soon.
What's your name?
Please, at least tell us what to call you.
Sorry, guess I was so delighted to see you, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sethos. I'll be here if you need me, but I'm not planning on answering all of your questions. Other than that, you can occupy yourselves however you see fit.
So we're free to explore by ourselves?
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off. Cyrus is here. And unless I've misunderstood, you're all quite anxious to see him again.
He's right. Well, if we've got some time, we might as well take a look around. I never imagined that We've passed through these parts before, but never noticed anything.
That's King Deshret's technology for you, I guess. It borders on the miraculous. Amazing to think that it's been preserved intact all this time.
We should be wary of our hosts. Still, at this point, we can be confident that the professor is safe and sound. So that's something.
Okay.
Hey, Sethos! Have you got some time to chat?
Sure. Although, I'm assuming by chat, you mean you have questions for me? I don't blame you. Anyone else would.
So you get a lot of people asking questions?
Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. We don't get too many visitors.
You were the only trick to do it, right?
Yes, that was me. Although, tricked is a stretch. He was asking everyone in the tavern about ways to make some easy money. He insisted that nothing was off the table, even if it broke the law. So, I told him that Cyrus had embezzled a large sum of mora from the desert.
So you framed Cyrus for a crime that he did not commit?
No. That's not entirely true. Let me jog your memory. The letter just said that he had uncovered Cyrus's secret. It didn't say what secret that was.
Did you tell him to use that wording?
Of course. Uraka was a great accomplice, really. Very cooperative with a little bit of wine in him. Did exactly what he was told. And not much of an original thinker, though. It doesn't surprise me that he struggles academically.
Why did Cyrus leave for the desert as soon as he received the letter?
You'll have to ask him that one yourself. Certain things I can't answer for him. I'm neither judging nor defending him. All you need to know is that he recognized our emblem, and it was his own choice to take the bait.
Do you know Cyrus?
What kind of question is that? He's the General Mahamatra. Everyone in Sumeru knows who he is.
Right, but back at the Oasis, you can't have known who he was for sure, or you wouldn't have asked him. So, what we're really asking is, have you never seen him in person before?
I've lived in the desert my whole life. Guess you could say I've never had the pleasure.
Ugh, why does Paimon feel like this guy's not being straight with us?
Come on, we've only just met. If I give you all the answers up front, you'll have nothing left to look forward to.
I don't know, when you present them to why is he gonna be at that academia?
Nope, not once.
Really?
I have no need to go there. Not when the taverns are full of the Urakas of this world. Besides, we're well aware of what goes on at that place.
Are you saying that you have spies on sea?
Spies? It's not as clandestine as that. The city gates are wide open. Anyone's free to walk in. You can find out all you need to know just by walking around town and hearing the word on the street.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Mm-hmm. Ah, here he is.
He, that's a she. But she's not the ruler.
And I thank you for your patience. Bring him out.
Professor!
Cyrus, are you okay?
Ah!
Watch what you're doing!
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of causing you distress. But you must understand, Cyrus is of great importance to us. Cyrus owes me his life. and to the Temple of Silence, he owes a debt of gratitude. I let him go a long time ago.
I wanted to end my feud with this old bag of bones before you caught up with me. But you got here so quickly. Just leave, Sino. This is a matter between us two old men. You're all too young to get involved.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter. You'd made up your mind to come here from the beginning. You only left in such a hurry to try and throw us off your trail.
Some things in life catch up with you, no matter what you do. You shouldn't have come. That alone brought the others.
Sino didn't make us do anything. We came here for the same reason he did. To rescue you. We'd appreciate you telling us the truth. Otherwise, it seems a little...
My secrets are secret for good reason.
You're afraid, aren't you? You can't bring yourself to speak of your past deeds to the students you nurtured. You recognized our emblem because for many years you lived among us. Indeed, you knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know what you did. For you, Cyrus, are a traitor. You once shared your learning with us, and joined us in our mission to revive the might of Hermanubis, but then you betrayed us. You bargained for your independence with your past contributions, and then you left, taking with you Hermanubis' might. We both know what I said to you that day. That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave, but that one day, the sands of time will catch up with you. And when that day comes, you must pay the price you owe.
You really know how to hold a grudge.
Hermanubis' might? And the wielder of his
Silence's power.
Does he mean you?
Professor, anything to say?
The moon is right. I came here once before. He rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned that I was a scholar, he invited me to come here and revive the might of Hermanubis together. It was a great, daring plan, and one shrouded in secrecy. The Temple of Silence had been bereft of Hermanubis for too long. The strength of its faith and its warriors were waning. Bamoon proposed that we implant bar fragments, shards of Hermanubis, into the bodies of suitable vessels. If the experiment was successful, the spirit of Hermanubis would then dwell within the vessel. Many believers volunteered themselves for the experiment. But we soon discovered that the bodies of grown adults could not withstand Hermanubis' power. In the end, Bamoon offered his own adoptive grandson. One other child was identified as a suitable vessel, and his parents agreed to release him into our custody in exchange for a small...
For many years, the Temple of Silence had been in possession of 2 Ba fragments. The test subjects were sent. The original plan was for a 3-stage. As the second stage began, I realized a decision had to be made. Should we implant the fragments one at a time? This would allow us to monitor the results after the first round and adjust our plan accordingly. Or alternatively, we could implant each fragment in a different vessel at the same time. But as I was deliberating, both Ba fragments suddenly became active. They glowed with a light we had never seen before. Our 2 vessels had both displayed great promise by successfully resonating with the fragments. Under the circumstances, the thought of implanting both fragments into the same vessel seemed out of the question. To preserve our faith and our power, we implanted each of them with a single fragment.
Ultimately, I ended the experiment and left, taking one of the children with me.
In recognition of your past contributions, I chose not to send someone to hunt down and kill you both. Your lives were spared, but I have paid a great price for your betrayal ever since. I have always wanted to see you, Sino. Losing you and your Ba fragment dealt us a
I see. So that's how I gained my power.
Look, in essence, I borrowed your Ba fragment for a decade or so. And now you are seeking justice. If you want to take my life, then so be it. But you cannot lift a finger against Sino. He is the General Mahamatra. Your actions would be seen as a declaration of war against the Academia.
I'm sure you don't remember anymore, dear Sino, but you've met us all before. You were so young then, when we all gathered around, and you and he, Sethos, you were our final hope.
You'd like me to return my power?
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim it.
That power is not yours to reclaim. Sino was chosen by the gods. You cannot take what they have bestowed.
You are wrong. Sino was chosen, but he was not the only one. My child, Sethos, has the same gift as he.
So those are your terms for freeing the professor?
Despise me all you want. My sins are my own. The Temple of Silence is an innocent party. It is because of my foolishness all those years ago that the Temple's glory has waned. And now I must take responsibility for the decision I made back then.
So what you're saying is, the power of one Ba fragment is not enough? You're asking me to return the one in my possession, so it can be implanted in him instead?
Divine power causes great suffering to those who wield it. How do you know that Sethos would be able to withstand it?
He is no longer a small child. But regardless, this burden is ours to bear. And your objections mean little given that you turned your back on us long ago.
Both my heart and mind are telling me that what you are proposing is a terrible idea. However...
Don't listen to him, Sino. That power is no more yours to give than it is his to take.
I know. But if this is a question of your freedom versus a fragment of power, then... there is nothing to debate.
Sorry to interrupt, but in my view, there are a number of contentions here that still need addressing. Say that Sino refuses to return his power, and you also refuse to release Cyrus. Then, we are at an impasse. I find it hard to believe that you went to all this effort without planning for that possibility. You're trying to gauge where we stand while keeping your remaining cards close to your chest. Well, my stance is, put the rest of your cards on the table. Then we can have a discussion.
Wait, those ears. So, we have a descendant of the Valukashuna in our midst. Splendid. Fate smiles upon us after all. Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day we'll...
Why is he coughing so much?
I guess his clearly must have been forcing himself that strong. And his they must be failing him too, otherwise he wouldn't have noticed his ears are away.
Pamoon, you... Take our leader back to his room. Grandfather, I know what you wish to say. Leave this in my hands. I don't like to drag out conversations, so I'll just cut to the chase. Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago, the plan would most likely have been a success. The wisdom of Hermanubis would have been ours. Still, it's no use talking about what-ifs. We cannot change the past. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence has a grand legacy and a sacred duty to fulfill. So it's somewhat inevitable for the leader to have an inflated sense of self. But I see things a little differently. I don't believe the temple has the same stature that it once did. Time has worn away at its prestige and changed things almost beyond recognition. So I'm not going to force your hand. You're all free to leave. Except for Cyrus. My grandfather gave him his chance once. And now I'm giving the rest of you yours.
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. Reminds me a lot of Bamoon in his younger years.
Yeah,
I truly wish that the temple would take an objective look at the academia of today. You've been to the city yourself. I'm sure you've seen that much has changed for the better. And things will only continue to improve. Why not consider cooperating with the academia once more?
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather, I might well be open to persuasion. But it's a bit too late for that now, Cyrus.
Tainari made a good point earlier. He said there has to be more to your plan than this, and I agree. All you and Ba Moon are after is the Ba fragment. The professor will accept whatever fate you deem fit for him out of a sense of guilt. I am the one who has a choice to make. And that's how it was always going to be. Ultimately, you want to trade the Ba fragment for the professor, correct?
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious consideration.
I won't forsake my professor. Nor do I intend to run from a problem that I must face sooner or later. Give me one night to make my decision.
That works. Then I'll be waiting to hear your verdict.
Surely you can just... Surely you guys are so... Like,
oh, my
you feel always
grandfather
so
still
fast.
has
Surely
a fair
you could easily...
few things he wants to say to Cyrus, so... I'll be escorting him back now.
I'm sure you can literally just knock out that random person holding the guy hostage. And he doesn't even have a weapon on him.
Are you sure about negotiating with him?
I need to think this through. Everyone, let's meet again later tonight. Until then, take some time for yourself.
Alright, well, don't put too much pressure on yourself, Taino. If you need any help working things out, just come and find us.
Also, check something. I wish. So that's gonna be 72. Okay. Wait till midnight. Talk things over with your companions. Group gathers again at the great time.
I've taken some time to reflect on this. If I had to guess, Professor Cyrus came to the desert knowing that he would almost certainly never return. He's a stubborn man who tends to double down when he feels strongly about something. We won't get anywhere trying to convince him to escape.
I agree. My master Nephis says the same thing. Once Cyrus makes up his mind about something, he won't listen to reason.
So that's one thing. A few other things come to mind too. You've heard all you need to hear about the Temple of Silence. So on that, I don't have anything to add. My own memories of this place are hazy, though. Probably something to do with the overpowering presence of the Ba fragments. That might explain why I suffered from constant headaches and fevers as a child. I do remember having some fleeting moments of profound emotion when vague images would appear in my mind. But I don't recall much, only bits and pieces. I was still young then, and all I could understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. Thinking back on it now, I suppose it was Hermanubis' way of trying to encourage me, even if we couldn't communicate. The power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith. So if the will and might of Hermanubis is a real, intangible thing, and they are its rightful worshippers, then...
You're not gonna give in to their demands, are you? Surely there has to be another way.
Don't make any rash decisions, Sino. There must be another way.
No. I have no intention of returning it. I need this power to protect Sumeru. But the temple has the right to make the final decision over its fate, since it belongs to one of the 7 pillars of King Deshret. So I will challenge them head-on, and win the right to wield this power for myself, fair and square.
This reminds me of something Alhaitham mentioned to me just before we left. He said that the Temple of Silence was originally founded by the ruling elite of the day. Traditionally, such organizations are bound by a strict and ancient code of nobility. Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says many of them have their own internal rules. They talk about the importance of never dishonoring their tribal bonds, or the rules laid down by their ancestors. I think we could go back to them with a proposal of our own.
Wow, and just like that, we've turned the tables on them.
Looks like we have the same idea. Turn it back on them now while we still can, in terms that they cannot refuse. That's how we win this.
That sounds good to me.
Great. And I know just how to start the conversation. Let's go find Sethos. We'll tell him that I know a thing or two about medicine and would like to take a look at his grandfather's condition.
I feel like I have to do this because Sethos are you.
It'd be right there.
Oh, the Sethos. We didn't know that, I just like picking the look up.
Sethos, let's talk.
Have you made up your mind?
We'll get to that, but first, I have some degree of medical training, so I was wondering if you might let me take a look at your grandfather?
I have no objections, although we do have our own doctors here. I doubt you'll be able to tell us anything we don't already know.
Only one way to find out.
Follow me.
I'll kill him in his sleep.
Keep your voices down. We don't want to disturb him.
Let's talk outside. Bamoon has fallen into a deep coma, and his prognosis is quite grave. I'm sure that your physicians have come to the same conclusion. He appears to have sustained a serious injury in his youth, which has been exacerbated over the years by the heavy burden of work and now by the effects of old age. Regretfully, I must inform you that, based on what I've seen with patients in a similar condition, he doesn't have long left. A few days at most.
Yeah. I've known for a long time.
You're his heir, aren't you? You clearly have a lot of respect for the man. But you also see things differently. You have a broader range of concerns and a more pragmatic approach. So tell me how we can end this on your terms. Let's find a way to bring all this to a resolution while Bamoon is still alive to see it. That's what really matters to you. I know it.
Yeah, there's no time to waste here. You know that better than anyone.
You know, the two of you are actually in a very similar predicament right now. Both of you have a very different perspective from the men who raised you.
Right. And you didn't create this situation. They did, but somehow you've ended up having to make the tough decisions.
You're right. We both look at this problem very differently than the people we inherited it from. I accept, Sino. This all began because of Hermanubis, so let's end it with the rite he himself created. Legend has it that when Hermanubis first arrived in Tuletula, he sparred with the city's residents. He and his 2 companions proved their mettle by fighting over several days, winning the support of many fine people. That group of supporters were some of the first members of the Temple of Silence, and the sparring matches were enshrined as one of our founding rites, the rite of duels. It's where it all began.
Sounds very fitting. I'm in.
As a fellow vessel of Hermanubis, your ties to the Temple of Silence run deep. So I will permit you to participate in this rite, along with your chosen companions.
3 against 3. Sounds good.
However, I have some additional terms. As the challengers, you must win all 3 of your fights to win. And Sino, both of us must put our Ba fragment on the line. The winner takes them both. Letting Cyrus leave with one of the Ba fragments was a mistake, made by my grandfather out of pity. It is a long-standing issue that must be addressed for the Temple of Silence to move forward. I can make no concessions on that front.
None needed. We're on the same page. If I win, the Temple of Silence must release Cyrus, and consider this past dispute resolved. If you win, I'll return my power to you.
It's a deal. Then let's meet at the ceremonial hall tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, let's do it out. Put it here, right? So I'll talk to Silas first.
Well, after how that went, there's definitely no turning back now.
There never was. Turning back hasn't been an option for me since the moment the professor slipped away to return to the desert.
You have to win. You need this power, both as General Mahamatra and for yourself.
Yeah, that's right! Besides, it stayed with you ever since you were a small child. Surely that's a sign it thinks of you as its rightful owner.
Both as General Mahamatra and for myself. Yeah, when you put it that way. I've had to overcome a lot to tame this power and claim it for myself. Not everyone could have done that.
Exactly!
Let's not get sidetracked. We gotta focus on winning, and we'll help you see this through to the end.
The Traveler and I will never lose.
Yeah. Oh, so
neither shall I.
Are we getting a try with all of them? Like, for example, I have to fight once using the Traveler, and then once using Tonari, and then once using Sino. Is that how it's gonna work? I guess that'd be nice.
The desert was home to an ancient and great civilization that, for a variety of reasons, fell out with the civilization of the rainforest. It's just as Dia said. Prejudice has pushed people apart. But there must be personal factors at work here too. I can't shake the feeling that Bamoon cares for many more things than he lets on. And I don't think that Zethos is any kind of villain. He's just doing what he thinks is best. Tomorrow, everything will be resolved.
Yeah. Wait until the next day at 10. Okay, so just wait the next day, right? Until the next day, okay. Today, that should work. Go to the central hall. Where's the central hall? Down here. Yes. Then down here. Oh yeah. I see.
We gather on this day to perform once more the rite of duels, with the greatest of all sages, Lord Hermanubis, as our witness, for his power and authority is present in our midst. This is our most sacred of ceremonies, and no disruption from the audience shall be tolerated. It is incumbent upon all to observe the duel with the utmost respect and reverence throughout the proceeding. Representing the Temple of Silence, the Defenders.
I'm wondering whether, like, you know, because there's a lot of gods technically in this world that have, like, fallen or, like, resurrected. It's like, there's definitely people who worship people other than the seven. I don't really know how that kind of plans out or not, but yeah.
Grandfather, you're here.
Ah, a nice touching moment. I don't know.
A rite of duels after all these years. I am surprised by your decisions, Ethos.
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather. Just leave it to me.
Representing the Academia, the Challengers.
Oh, that's such a cool thing. Look at that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I've got to. I thought that's gonna be such a good sorry. Just had to, you know. Oh yeah. Also, is my voice working? Just had to, yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna quickly probably end the recording to re-record just so that because it's about to hit on the hour. Alright, screen footage. This video should be hitting 2 hours soon.
Ready. We will fight to have our voices heard. Warriors, take your positions and decide on the order of battle. We come not to debate what brings our challengers here, nor what will become of the defeated duelists. Duelists, the might of Hermanubis himself is at stake here. Now, fight. Fight until the rightful victor is proclaimed.
I'll go first.
Huh? Are you sure?
I'm sure we want to keep our morale up.
I agree. He's very strong. Sending him out first will definitely intimidate the opposing side.
Okay, then you're second.
Sure.
We have decided.
So have we. Let's begin.
Who am I up against?
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
Yeah, first. I'm gonna immediately clap. Leave it to me. Who am I up against? Go on.
Don't forget, safety first! Hey, you
I'm
there!
against one.
You better play nice with them or Paimon will make you regret it!
Oh, it instantly puts me
A little
danger on.
bit too much chatter from the audience over there.
Hey!
Scatter!
Using Dendro, travel off.
Propagate! A swift end to the first bout. I now invite the duelists of the second bout to please step forward. When you're both ready, you may begin.
Let's begin.
Watch out!
Yeah, I do like this a lot.
He drank plenty of water before the bout, so he should be fine.
What happens if you lose this first?
through you!
I'm assuming for that we're gonna be fighting Stephos with Thingy later.
Can't see? Keep up. One with the force. I hear everything. And shroud.
Take that.
Thus ends the second bout. We will now move to the third bout. Duelists, please step forward.
I'm ready.
So am I.
This is the final stage of the rite. I remind you both that the terms you agreed upon in advance are binding. When you're both ready, you may begin.
Cutscene or is it like week 5?
I am Sethos, vessel of Hermanubis, grandson of Bamoon, the leader of the Temple of Silence. For many years, we have kept our covenant with Lord Hermanubis by guarding the secrets of King Deshret. And even in our darkest hour, when we could not see a way forward, we chose not to abandon hope, but to embark on a brave new experiment so that we might prevail. We earnestly sought Lord Hermanubis' wisdom and power, longing to see his spirit and his light descend upon us. Now, I will fight to become the rightful wielder of that power.
I am Sino, General Mahamatra of the Academia, student and successor of Cyrus, the Sage of Spantamad. I fight in defense of my power, my professor, and my nation. And you. I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel, and Hermanubis is watching. So bare your soul.
Everyone, old and young, fit and frail, they're all waiting to see how this duel will end. My grandfather is a wise leader.
No, not really.
He is also known to be a ruler who is not afraid to get blood on his hands. I understand his beliefs well, and I know what he expects of me. But our faith has held us back for too long. After I grew up, I went to the rainforest once, and I saw for myself the people of the city. Times have changed. The people of Sumeru are happier and more free now than in the past. I thought about this as I stood at one of the tallest points in the city, gazing down at the streets below. Then I thought of you, Sino. You and I both wield the same power, yet the lives we lead could not be more different. Each Ba fragment of Hermanubis stands for something different. Might,
glory, or one of many others.
Other secrets that have yet to be revealed. I once thought that the nature of our fragments must be what makes us so different from one another. But maybe it's that you've found your answer, and I am still searching for mine.
I am more than just a warrior. I am my own person.
Exactly.
The
a
name
4-star challenging a 5-star, so very good.
Has left its mark on both of us, shaped the course of our lives.
Like whole conversation's taking
we
so
are
long.
his vessels,
Yapping before he.
And yet we are more besides. So show me your answer, Sino. Show me I can be more than my faith, more than the power I wield. Show me the person I can become.
Fight.
Bring it on!
Oh. Cutscene. You don't actually have those coordinate powers, he has the other things. So I'm assuming obviously, you know, he does lose, that's going to just like reading it doesn't have them. He's 3 and 5 slot, going over 4 size point.
That's all you've got? What happened to searching for your answer?
Maybe he does, maybe like, maybe a C6 or something, I don't know.
Fight's over. Do you yield?
You won.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
I give his glory to you.
I've seen that light. That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis, priest over all other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Ahmar. After the death of the god king, Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tynarian priests and led them to the city of Tule-Tula. There, they founded the Temple of Silence, and from that day forth, we became stewards of all knowledge that survived from King Deshret's civilization. Barely a century passed before war ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up arms against each other in battles that would devour what little remained of their civilization. Only the wise city of Tule-Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tynarians. But peace did not last. Coveting the knowledge of King Deshret, the beasts set their eyes on Tule-Tula. The king of Gurabad laid siege to the city and ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as proof of his victory. The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption. These were dark days, and we faced enemies on all sides. Our Lord had long since exhausted his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the temple and the Tule Tula Tainarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest.
Sick. This is such a freaking
What followed next was inevitable.
conversation.
The elite of Tule Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets and staying true to our mission. Betrayal forced us out of the desert and into the forest. Then mistrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long. Yet, today, the Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanubis once more. Thank you.
How is it? Do you feel okay?
Grandfather.
Use Sethos and the other members of the temple faithful to integrate people. I can't read this fast.
Hey, Sethos. You'll get through this.
I know. I'll miss him.
Wait, Hammond, the guy literally just died. You think I have time to grieve? I just was very lost.
I guess you were prepared for this. It's been a long time coming, huh?
Yeah. He's been on death's door for a very long time now. I think it was only through sheer willpower that he managed to hold on to this point. At least, he was able to see this chapter come to a close before he passed.
What's next for you?
Per my grandfather's last wishes, the Temple of Silence should submit to whoever possesses the largest number of Hermanubis fragments. That entitles you to be our new leader, Sino.
But that's never going to work, as I'm sure you realize. I'm the General Mahamatra. I am needed back at the Academia. I did foresee this possibility, and I gave it some thought. The fact is, I know next to nothing about the staff, records, and environment here. As such, I am ill-suited to be your leader. Sethos, I believe the honor should go to you. Were it not for this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions, the Ba fragments would most likely be in your hands by now. I'm sure Bamoon never meant for anyone but you to be his successor.
You really think so?
I do.
Still, I didn't think Bamoon looked very surprised by the final result. Perhaps he had an inkling that this would be the way things end.
Well, in any case, since the Ba fragments are with me now, I guess I can call the shots. Sethos, I would like you to succeed Bamoon as the new leader of the Temple of Silence. You are more suited to the role than I, and I have complete faith that you will be an excellent leader. Just think of it as doing me a favor.
But doesn't that render everything that we've been through up to now meaningless?
No, it doesn't. This experience has allowed us to become friends, which means that the Academia and the Temple of Silence will become partners once more. That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos. You said yourself, times have changed. You have to believe that things can change for the better here at the temple too.
I will try. To be honest, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
Actually, part of me wonders whether Bamun's intentions from the very beginning was just to create enough pressure to force us towards a duel. That way, no matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment, and the power of Hermanubis would be concentrated in one single person. Had you won, the Temple of Silence would have doubled its strength. And were I to win, he correctly anticipated that I wouldn't suddenly drop everything to become the leader of the temple, much less integrate the temple into the academia by force. He knew that the temple's future would depend not just on the guidance of Hermanubis, but the support of the academia too. So he made it his responsibility to ensure his successor would be free from the burdens of the past. His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him, they would have an easier time interacting with the academia. With one single letter, he lured out the professor. No matter what happened after that, it would result in a net benefit to the temple.
And here I thought the General Mahamatra wouldn't care for all these trivial details. You're absolutely right. Grandfather and I considered this from every angle. We had to find a way to mend our relationship with the academia. In that sense, the right of duels was just a means to an end. Thank you for everything, Sino. As a gesture of our gratitude, to those that you and Lesser Lord Kusanali deem worthy, I will grant the honor of access to the Temple of Silence for their pursuit of knowledge. The Temple of Silence has a wealth of information on King Deshret's civilization, more than any other organization in existence today. In times when you need information that only we can provide, we will be here to support you. But you must be exceedingly careful with your selection of candidates, lest you lead humanity to repeat the same mistakes. By the way, Tainari, my grandfather was so happy to see you. You are a descendant of the Veluca Shuna, and we are the heirs to the will of Hermanubis. The story goes that King Deshret chose the sage Hermanubis from among the Tainarians and appointed him as his familiar. He went on to fight many valiant battles with his Tainarian companions. They always stood by each other, from the founding of the Temple of Silence to the fall of Tuletula. The Tainarians who left Tuletula joined their human counterparts in the rainforest. A few centuries later, when some of the group returned to the desert, many of the Tainarians chose to stay and put down roots in the rainforest. In all likelihood, those were your ancestors.
How fascinating. My father once mentioned that I was named after the Tainarians, but I never knew that my forebears had such a history with the Temple of Silence.
I like this story.
By the way, has anyone seen Cyrus?
Yes. Cyrus. You'll probably find him in my grandfather's room. He wouldn't show it in front of me, but I think he still has many fond memories of my grandfather.
If it's true that you and your grandfather really planned for everything to turn out this way, then I guess he didn't really resent Cyrus as much as he appeared to.
Who knows? Perhaps all of us. You, me, and Cyrus. We're all just pawns in my grandfather's plan to set things straight. He was awful like that.
Someone's got to make the decisions when history... I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali, and arrange for an official delegation from the academia to come and meet you in the desert.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have lots to attend to in the days ahead. But once things return to normal, please come and visit the rainforest again. If we're going to work together, both sides have to...
I will. Alright, well, bye for...
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
Best of luck to you, Stephos. Sounds like it.
Grandfather, we did it. We achieved this day on.
What were you thinking gallivanting off into the desert alone at your age? What if you take the bucket, You told not a soul what you were up to, designated nobody to handle your affairs, and left everyone scrambling frantically to try and figure out how on earth to clean up the colossal mess you'd made.
Oh, please, will you stop your yelling? What other choice did I have?
What do you mean, what other choice? Do you mean to tell me that after all your years of learning, and sagehood no less, the only idea you could conjure up in that white-haired walnut of yours was to shoot off into the unknown like some hot-headed 20-year-old adventurer? A one-man suicide mission, That's the best idea that one of the finest minds of a generation could come up with, is it? It astounds me that you survived the journey.
All right, all right.
I've got...
What do you mean, bag of bones? Okay, look.
1 month? Try 3.
Inari's master is really laying into Cyrus. Let's give them a while.
Yeah, we're too young to get involved.
Professor brought this on himself. Don't pay any attention to him.
Wow, I haven't seen Master get this riled up in a long time. The last time he chewed someone out like this must have been back when I was still a student.
I think I'll go around and update everyone. Tell them the situation's resolved. Want to come with me? We can go for dinner afterwards.
Makes sense. I'm in.
Free food is free food.
Paimon's coming too! Let's go!
I know you would.
Hey, Kale.
You're back! Well, look who we have here. Would you mind explaining to me what has been going on this past few days? I heard you all ran off into the desert and got embroiled in a major catastrophe.
All taken care of.
That does not answer my question. How could you be so careless? That goes for you as well. Yes, and you too. When you run into problems, you really ought to ask for help, you know? I've been around the block. Don't you think it would have made sense to involve me? And let's not forget, I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Now would not be a good time to attempt to argue with Farazan.
You're right.
It's not the first time that I've had to talk to you about this sort of thing either. You need to learn that there are times when the right thing to do is get a more experienced member of staff involved.
Kale, please do something.
He's giving me the signal. Alright, guess it's time to play my ace in the hole. Say, Madam Farazan, I can see you're pretty upset, but, I was just wondering, remember that time you offered to give me a tour of the Academia? Does that offer still stand? Huh? Wait, did I hear that right? Kale, you remember? Wonderful. Well, of course the offer still stands. Come on, Madam Farazan will show you around the old classrooms. Poor Kale getting dragged off like that.
Kale! Cup.
Huh? What? Oh, right! What do you mean, cup? You need a cup. I can get you a cup. Oh, it's nothing. Just Master's way of reminding me to stay hydrated while I'm out and about.
It's code for let's reconvene at the cafe. Tainari and I used it while we were in school, and it's become something of a family tradition now.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
2 people left. Let's bring them along too.
Okay. I was supposed to know, but I can't bring him right around. Awaken, Garia!
Am I hallucinating? Or do I see Kaveh and Alhaitham engaged in diligent studying?
We're just reorganizing all the books we used. Look, there's a whole mountain of them.
There's no rush. Nobody reads these books anyway.
My sincere thanks to you both.
Yes, with your help, we resolved the issue rather swiftly and painlessly. And the outcome was better than we could have hoped for.
I see. The Temple of Silence resorted to rather unique means of self-preservation. It explains how they managed to remain hidden for so many years.
And it sounds like they managed to preserve a whole load of ancient documents as well. I'd love to go check those out if I ever had the chance.
That day will come. The Temple of Silence is a hugely important organization, and we'll be sure to maintain good relations with them in the future. Now, as a token of my appreciation, I'd like to treat everyone to coffee.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great. Although after the last few days, I don't know if I can handle another coffee. But I can just order something else.
Sure. Let's go.
Go to the cafe.
And then the Traveler just pounced on their opponent and knocked him right out cold. Then there was Tainari. He put up an amazing fight too. We ended up winning all 3 bouts. Whoa.
I'm wondering, wait, you did
To
nothing.
see it, but I'd have been biting my nails off worrying about you guys.
A truly edifying account of the events. Bereft of detail, but it has livened up the room all the same.
Hey, Paimon included all the juicy details. The Traveler just pounced and then waved their sword like this, then spun around and blocked.
Despite winning 3 bouts in a row, you still ceded the position of leader to him. That's very dignified of you, Sino.
Of course. Being dignified comes with being a true champion.
I got to be a champion too for once. I've not spoken much with desert folk before. It was a pretty unique experience.
The venue was pretty impressive too, a very sentimental art there.
Huge place! It felt like something right out of an epic poem. Imagine this. It was like there was...
Maybe save that one for later, Paimon.
Cool.
Dessert's here.
Inventory comes in general. Choice left by the temple set.
I
Fade away.
think that'll do me for today.
Shall we stop off at the House of Dana again before heading home? We should probably finish putting all those books back.
My thoughts exactly. See you around.
I should get going as well. See you all later. Make sure you get some good rest tonight.
I need to go say thanks to the Core 30 for their help. Also, Sir Nephis says he wanted to introduce me to some of the Academia's work processes. So, I gotta dash too.
Kali's come a long way. She's much more confident at dealing with other people these days.
That's nice.
Everyone's a work in progress. You never stop learning.
Yeah, true.
End quest.
Ah, that was good. It feels like everything's finally wrapped up now. Life is all about these moments when you can finally relax and hang out with good friends after a job well done. And also, those desserts Sino got, they were really good. Paimon definitely needs more of those in the future.
Then let's come back again sometime.
Do you 3 have anything planned for the rest of the day? If not, would you come somewhere with me?
Sure, where are we going?
That's a secret for now. Wouldn't want to spoil the surprise.
Okay, I think I can guess what you're talking about. It'll definitely be a nice surprise.
Well, now Paimon's curious. Come on, let's go.
They're gonna drag out this like large little quest like so pretty much. Are you meant
Been
to
a
be able to
while
walk on the
since I
grass
last
there?
made my way up here. Need any help?
Don't underestimate me, I am actually a tree climbing champion.
As you wish.
It's a nice spot, isn't it?
What a great view! We're so high up, we can see for miles!
Traveler.
Yeah?
Turn around.
Okay. Suppose. No idea. Oh, it's gonna be where the quest ends. It's beautiful.
This is my secret base.
It's breathtaking.
Somewhere I only bring my best friends.
Oh, so we
when I
make
was a
it to
student, I used to slip away and climb up here all the time, just to clear my head. I was quite young then, and hadn't made too many friends yet. Back then, I had a lot of the same questions that Sethos was asking. Who am I? Why do I have this power? And what should I be fighting for? Our gifts help us to find our rightful place in the world. That was my experience. And I'm sure Sethos will figure things out in his own time, too.
As long as that person's power endures, you will remain inextricably linked to the Temple of Silence.
You two really are like brothers.
I feel the same way.
You're one tough cookie, Sino. You're a true champion now.
Of course. I see no need to be humble when it comes to the facts.
I still remember one time when we came up here to chat and do our homework. Sino accidentally dropped a fruit. Luckily, he has fast reflexes, so he caught it just in time.
That was the one and only time. Nothing will ever slip through my fingers again.
Those were good times. I kinda miss the student life.
You know, Paimon really shouldn't be able to imagine Sino doing something like that, but for some strange reason, the mental image is coming through clear as day.
Then make it stop. There's somebody there. It's Professor Cyrus. You guys carry on without me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, you're not supposed to jump down! Be careful!
That dragging out this quest so long. Oh, my literally.
Oh my days.
Professor, what are you muttering to yourself about?
Sino. Just the man I'm looking for. Guess what I found in some old notebooks?
Some old photos?
Can you believe it? This notebook was just... I was at the Academia earlier to discuss my workload with Nephis. Well, time flies. Look how tiny you are in this picture. Still a kid.
You look quite young yourself in that one. Ah, it's this one. I remember that.
Yep. Looks like her work, all right. Who else could have found just the right angle to make me look so unbelievably hideous?
And this one. Looks like we're both dozing off.
Cheeky girl. Taking secret photos.
Is there something you'd like to say to me, Professor?
Like what? Like, these are good photos? Hey, at moments like this, I can't pretend I'm a good person. But Moon had every reason to despise me.
Don't be ridiculous, you old codger.
Is that... Oh, I've dreamt of that place many times after leaving. Oh, it was... You've matured so much over the years, I know.
Since you're my professor, I should save you some face by not calling you out on all the non-answers you just gave.
Good thinking. Take your own advice next time. Seriously, why bully an old man like me? I thought heroes were supposed to be gracious. Hey, wait, how did I not notice this one earlier?
Lisa strikes a...
Look how cute you were when you were little. I remember how well-mannered you were back then, too.
Yeah, and look how serious and professional you used to be.
Oh, I can't compete with you anymore.
Don't say that.
That's more like it. Hey, what would you say to meeting up with Lisa again sometime?
I'd like that. Let's find a time and pay her a visit in Mondstadt.
Okay, so they were talking about Lisa
schedule.
from the
Let's go next week.
from One Star.
Wait,
like,
no. Next week is the tomato growing competition.
I was only so confused what they were talking about.
Zaha Hadi.
Or you could find a real hobby, Professor.
End quest. Okay. Well, that's the end of Act 2 now. We did Act 1. Might as well talk silent.
Time has passed too, but it turns out grown up.
Great view today. This atmosphere calls for a joke out of left field. To catch the listener unawares.
Okay. Well, that's Act 2, I guess. It's only 2 right now on the thingy. Still crazy to get 72 to us. Like, if I can get 80, I'm basically guaranteed to get 85 because of the like reset thing that happens on Sunday, Saturday, and Monday. I'll probably be doing a bunch of grinding just for the sake of it. Okay. Literally, I kind of can't lose on 50-50. If I do lose a 50-50, I'm just hoping I lose it really early on, like first 20 pulls, so 2 10 pulls. If I lose a 50-50, that's the best thing. That's the best outcome. Because then I'm guaranteed to get, basically, if I can, even if I don't get in the pools I have, I can get at least 20 thingies from what thingy. I'm gonna quickly go to it and be right back.
A duel is a battle of wills, and the sword an extension of the duelist's spirit. If your heart recoils in fear, then your sword may as well be in its scabbard, because you will not wield it effectively against your foe.
Okay, now I've got to decide whether to do another quest or not. I mean, I can always do story quests and all that. Those quests only have to do like anything, but must have unlocked another thingy or something I can use. Actually, claim that's what it is. Okay, what one shall unlock for like thingy landing wise? I don't know what I'll do it, so I'll unlock the carriers and then like do whatever I want. That's not the video I'll do them, but yeah, might as well go unlock it. I don't have any like strength to do like any of these stories as right now, because these stories already made thingy. I feel like the stories like kind of recent Samaria and above are more interesting to do. How much of a signals do I have?
You've faced
inventory. More electric things, by the way. Wait, I didn't check. So 2. Okay, so 14 for 18 to go to west. Go here.
Most of them.
I'm gonna go and do mine away just to check one thing. So A of 20, okay. Attack, crit rate, danger bonus. Could be good, but I don't know. I'm using characters. Wait, actually, is the still 2-piece? If it is, it will be good just for a thingy I have. That's a 4-piece I need, right? Yeah. Need it for, not like thingy, need it for the to play done.
Into the shadows.
Rain outlines your fate.
Nothing to punch. Sure, quick thing. No, just because I want to do the full thing to get an equip brace or any kind of claim I will do to us. So.
We're going to hunt.
So now it was smooth. it's a pretty rough episode. But yeah. Someone really was it. Those sales go for a mile over each other, make them if I can defend them. As so funny to confuse. Or if it can use. Are you cutting for? Oh, but these are gap. Assuming that is Yucca. I was like, I'm assuming it adds something to that.
These things useful?
Yes, sir. Indeed. Do I have to have to do another story class? Yeah, but do what stories would be like, you know, do the story class I need to do, like, do if I need to do the story class, just even do that, you local story class. And so this, I need to do 2 story class and do artists, which is that. And what story class I need to do size? Oh, you tell story class, so I need to do these 2 story class to even start on one of the. I know you get for like, you cool. I know you get for like doing that.
I keep watch. You leave, you call me.
Okay, Mr. Weasel. If I'm gonna go to the tree quickly. The shrine. I don't get any like things for her. After that, it is 2 actual fates, which would be very good to do to us if I just start doing that. Because 2 actual fates would be pretty good. Okay, judging by the road, because if I get at least the one done now and I get 24 offline, I get 2 actual fates, which I can add to my collection. So if fake grinding it is worth it. Okay, I'll do some of that base and do more. I have one of these two, I think. I think getting the Mika one out of the way will be good, right? I feel like I'm gonna hate this quest though. I'm gonna like see this character a lot. What is this supposed to even do? I swear I have no idea. There's a symbol out there, but I have no idea. There's a war quest though, jeez. And a war quest like every left, and there's another war quest up here somewhere. Jeez. Take a stroll around. Okay, no one.
We haven't been to the Yai Publishing House in a while. Paimon wonders if they have any new books in. The one we read with A that time was pretty cool.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a ton of Mora.
But the exam's next week. If I fail again, I'm seriously done for. I'm better off wishing that my exam goes smoothly.
It's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem you can't solve by throwing Mora at it. If it doesn't work, then just keep throwing till it does.
What are they arguing about? It's quite a spirited debate.
Huh?
That sounds like a rich person if I've ever seen one.
You guys don't know? You need but stand on this land at midnight, lower your head and recite a special incantation, then your wish will come true.
What does that mean? Is it from a novel?
Looks like you guys really aren't in the loop.
This, my friends, is the next big thing. A highly effective wish ritual guaranteed to make your wishes come true.
A wish ritual? That actually works?
This does not sound credible.
Right? Even Paimon knows that's just not how the world works.
I didn't believe it at first either, but that changed when it worked for someone I know. It's this guy called Kunihiko. He's practically always been unemployed, wastes his days away, and he owes a lot of money. Like a lot, but get this. I don't see him for a few days, and suddenly I find him dressed to the nines and feasting at a high-class restaurant. I heard it directly from him. He used this wishing ritual, and the next day he woke up to find his whole bed filled high with Mora.
His whole bed was filled with... Wow!
Paimon, calm down. You're so excited. You can barely get your words out.
Of course. I'm sure the part about waking up lying on a bed of Mora is a bit of an exaggeration. Whether you believe it or not, it's not exactly a difficult ritual. It can't hurt to give it a try, right?
If you're still feeling skeptical, just ask around. There are a lot of very compelling stories going around these days.
Really? Well, come on!
It's Shilka, right?
Right now, shall we? Well, if it really is true, then just think of all the Mora Paimon could... Oh, and you'd finally be reunited with your twin, too. Let's go, let's go! On closer inspection, it seems like there really are a lot of people talking about this kind of stuff. Hey, see those two? Paimon remembers them from the AI publishing house. One's an editor and the other's an author.
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear like the light of the moon. As close as kin with you. No, thou. Wait, thee? Hear my...
No, it's not hear my summons, it's heed my summons. Heed!
Hey! What are you guys up to?
Whoa! Sheesh, you scared me. Okay.
Incantation?
More
Are you guys trying out this new wishing ritual stuff too?
Junkichi is trying it out, to be specific. He's hit a bit of a creativity block recently, so... I'm helping him make a wish so that he can move past it.
I didn't think you guys would believe in this kind of thing.
I mean, I obviously don't. But Junkichi never listens to an outsider.
Mr. Shigeru, can you please be a little more accommodating? This is extremely important to me. People have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick, ace their studies. I'm just a poor, struggling writer looking to get over... Anyway, I just know this is going to work. I have a gut feeling about it.
Didn't you say the same thing when you went to make your wish at the Grand Narukami Shrine?
The Omamori from the shrine take too long to have any effect on your luck. Alright, enough of that.
Look, to be completely honest, I think you need to sit down and have a good think about what kind of story you want to write. Where's all that self-confidence you had when you first started out? Look at you now, trying dubious methods from any old light novel.
Wait. What? This wishing ritual comes from a light novel?
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits.
Is it published by ya?
No, it's most likely a self-published title. It just appeared out of nowhere and took Inazuma by storm. As a fellow writer, I'll refrain from passing comment on how well the story is written, but everyone is saying the wishing incantations it contains are the real deal.
Look, Junkichi, yes, everyone's saying it's real, it works, but that's only half the story. I've also heard lots of people saying that everyone who's had their wish granted using this method starts behaving strangely.
What's so surprising about that? They're probably just giddy with joy at having their wish come true.
This is starting to sound a little suspicious. Why don't we go to the Grand Narukami Shrine and ask Yaimiko about it?
Do I have a choice?
She's the expert when it comes to both light novels and the supernatural.
And do I have a choice? Let's use this at shrine. Wrong place to be teleported actually. Yeah, Miko.
Miko! Great, you're here!
Well, hello there, young ones. What brings you to the shrine? It just so happens that I have a wonderful novel here.
Well, like your info site.
Oh? Well, what did you want to ask?
Well, we were just...
No, not at all.
Lady Guji, what do you mean, nothing major? I'm begging you, you've got to help me save my brother.
What's up with him?
It really is nothing major. I stand by that. Oh, but since you're so curious, let's have him relate the story one more time, just for you.
You two seem to have a good relationship with Guji-ai. Please, put in a good word for me. You have to convince her to help my brother. Here's what happened. My name is Kato Yohei, and my brother is Kato Shingo. All Domon turned him away. Took one look at him and said he didn't have what it takes to train in the art of the sword. But my brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could, and finally proved himself by defeating one of Domon's best disciples. But since his victory, he's been acting extremely strange.
You know, there really aren't as many evil spirits lurking around as you seem to think. Your brother achieved the goal he'd been striving toward for as long as he can remember, and now it's gone. If it were me, I'd just leave him be for a couple of days. He'll recover on his own soon.
No, Lady Guji. If you saw him for yourself, you'd know. I guarantee you, he's not acting like someone who feels empty and lost.
Oh, all right. Then tell me, when did your brother spar with Domon's disciple?
About 5 days ago.
5 days ago, you say?
Yes, Lady Guji. That's a long time for him to be acting up like this. I'm really worried about him. Our greatest wish is to one day found our own school, just like Domon. We can't jeopardize that dream now.
Wait a minute, now I'm a little confused. Are you here to save your brother, or are you here to make your dreams of founding a martial arts school come true?
Well, they're kinda two sides of the same coin, aren't they?
Whatever. Let me ask you this. Have you heard of...
What?
Oh dear.
Lady Guji, please.
Miko, he seems really desperate. This thing with his
He
brother
was very
sounds...
anxious.
Okay, fine.
Yay, Miko! Say...
Kato, whatever your name was.
Yeah!
Just whatever.
Really?
Is that hesitant?
Not at all. Never. Whatever Lady Guji says, I trust wholeheartedly. Thank you, two, for your willingness to help. Please follow me.
No, hold on a hot second, Miko.
And
We may be a
maybe
lot
I'm
of things, but we ain't...
Don't worry. If he wants an exorcism, just grab a handful of salt and mutter some mumbo-jumbo while you're sprinkling it around. It's a common trope in light novels, right? Well, you were the one. Besides, we both know you wouldn't be here at the Grand Narukami Shrine unless you had a request for me too.
This feels all wrong.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let's follow... What is going on here? Granted, you can never be
I
quite
already
sure
have
what's
no
going
urge
on
to
in
read
Miko's
this like
mind,
story.
but
It's gonna be
she
so
seems
much.
even more disinterested than usual in Yohei's situation. Well, a life's at stake here, so it looks like we'll have to deal with that first before we'll get the chance to ask her about...
How strange. My brother's been meditating here pretty much constantly over the past...
Meditating?
Yeah, it's something that he suddenly started doing after defeating Domon's disciple. He just sits there alone, talking to himself. It's pretty disturbing, actually. But that's not important right now. Where the heck could he have gone in his current state?
This does pose a bit of a problem. If we can't find your brother, well, we can't perform an exorcism with nothing to exorcise, can we? Kato, whatever your name was, given the circumstances, why don't you start by going to find your brother and also picking up a handful of salt on your way? We'll need to use it during the exorcism.
Okay. Okay, got it. I'm on it.
Miko, what about us? Shouldn't we help look for his brother too?
No need. While What's-His-Face is handling that, we'll take a walk around and ask people what they know about the two brothers. Maybe we'll find out some amusing details.
One sec.
Another test subject.
Evil looks. Shoot on sight.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Dodge this.
Cool, I got careless.
Into the shadows.
Picked the wrong test subject.
A stroke of good luck. And a very welcome one.
Vamos ser feio. Já fez, já sai. Must get all this flag find. easy as an area history. It was a very uncommon for this problem,
Freeze! You're open! Cool it!
Yeah, it's okay. It's hard to get in that flush in some old place. Maybe story puts me in there. Ooh. That was the line.
Quite the find. What's the hurry?
About the Kato brothers.
Oh, are you debt collectors? Yohei said to tell you not to worry. He'll be able to pay you back as soon as he has enrolled a few disciples.
Huh? Debt collectors? No, we're not here for anything like that. But, it sounds like Yohei and Shingo have gotten themselves into a bit of a pickle.
Well, yes. I don't think there's any disputing that. Those two don't have an ounce of dedication between them. They just hop between ideas and won't stick to anything.
Huh? But Yohei said his brother has always wanted to become a sword master, and even asked Domon to be his sensei.
That's true, yes. Shingo begged Domon to take him on, and eventually, he finally relented. Okay. But even after convincing a renowned sensei to give him a chance, he was the same as ever, bumming around in class instead of focusing on his training. In the end, Domon had had enough and kicked him out. But Shingo was resentful about it. He blamed Domon for not seeing his potential, and even declared that he would challenge a disciple of Domon to a duel.
Wait, what? That's not what we heard.
Oh, how interesting. We heard a slightly different version. My brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could and finally proved himself by defeating one of Domon's best disciples in a duel recently.
Yohei said that? That Shingo trained hard. That's ridiculous. He just lay there cussing to high heaven all day every day. Some training regimen that is. Yohei did tell me about Shingo winning the fight, but I took it with a grain of salt. You can ask Kenji at the village entrance more about that. He always has reliable information.
Okay. Kenji, was it?
Hey there! We've come to ask you about the Kato brothers.
Oh, you mean Shingo and Yohei?
Yeah! We heard that Shingo defeated an apprentice of Domon's recently.
Yes, it's true.
We're not here to sign up, but...
Well, you've come to the right person. I thought it was a joke when I first heard that Shingo was going to challenge a disciple of the Meikyo Shisui art. The way he handled his blade, it was like flowing water. Mesmerizing to watch.
Is Shingo really that strong?
Yep, he seemed pretty euphoric after winning the duel, too.
Any other details to share? We've heard that Shingo has been behaving rather out of character since then.
I'd definitely say that he has more energy than he used to. In the past, he never used to do much except lie around sunbathing all day. But just yesterday, for example, I saw him cutting down trees for the village head. In the space of one afternoon, he did what most people couldn't finish in 3 days. Not only that, but he managed to fell a lavender melon tree with just one kick.
Quite impressive.
Things got weird after that, though. The village head brought out some tofu for him, and he just flipped out. He shouted, "What is that stuff? Keep that away from me!" and then ran off.
Lady Guji, esteemed exorcists, finally I found you. I found my brother. He's at the waterfall, and I've got the...
Oh, as much as I'd prefer to stay and hear some more delicious
I saw this chest shining up here. My chest.
Dodge this! Ready! blade!
Time to testify.
Say no more! Boom!
No, my sword!
How's
Ring
this?
cutter!
Finally, get the berry.
Please!
If these items are unclaimed, we may take them without controversy.
That's cool. You know, that's up there. Research chance on that gun front because for the sake of it. For the sake of, you know, doing what I need to do. Literally about to try it. Are you saying we didn't see the guy while running towards the area?
Look over there. That's him at the waterfall.
Oh, it's one up there.
So this is Yohei's brother. Whoa. Hey, let's...
Woo! How's that? Can you feel the feeling of manliness? Hello. I can't take any more. I'm gonna die. Yohei. Yohei!
Did you hear that? All the nonsense aside, he's going for help!
Huh? Who goes there?
He stood up! And now he's...
No, don't come any closer. Help!
What do we do? Miko, think of something!
Oh, poor Yohei. Your brother's life is hanging in the balance, and he's using his final breaths The way it looks to me is that Shingo feels terribly resentful to you about something.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
You don't know? But surely you should have... Yohei, your brother is your closest relative. You must have noticed straight away when he started acting out of character. And yet, 5 whole days pass before it occurs to you to come and seek help from me. You really expect me not to notice the gaping holes in your story?
But,
As you wish. It's fine, but after Shingo dies, you'll be next. It's futile trying to escape. Anywhere in the world you run to, it will be right behind your back.
All right, I'll talk. Yes, that's it. The one that's all the rage right now. You just have to recite an incantation at midnight and your wish will be granted. Just like the book described, we drew the magic symbol, stepped inside it barefoot at midnight, said the incantation, and lo and behold, spheres of light appeared all around us. After my brother wished to become a swordmaster, it really worked. Out of nowhere, he suddenly had these amazing sword skills. But his whole personality changed too.
Why didn't you seek help right away? Why did you wait until now to get him?
Because I was worried that if he goes back to normal, he'll lose his skills with the sword. If that happens, it'd ruin our plans to start a martial arts school, and we'd be back to being poor. I just wanted to keep this under wraps until we'd managed to get the dojo set up and paid off our debts.
So then, why'd you go to the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Well, 'cause with the way he's acting now, I was worried that rumors might start spreading that he's gotten involved in the occult arts or something, and then no one would want to sign up as his disciple. So I was thinking that maybe Lady Guji might have a way to get my brother back to normal, but let him keep his sword skills?
My, look at you with your ingenious schemes. Stop deluding yourself. These newfound sword skills are not his. They belong to the
You're right, you're right. We were wrong to do what we—
All right, then. Your turn now, my little friend. Toss the salt,
I
and then
really
draw
want to
your
punch her in the
sword.
face. I don't get if she's the one. I bet he's just sleeping.
What is that?
It's the...
See that? That's what you summoned. And look, now that Shingo's no use, it's coming straight for you.
Save me! Save me!
Miko! He fainted!
We do, but you, little one. Just a quick fight, and this will all be over.
We can put you in the fight.
Who's this? Ah, a fellow swordmaster. Come on, fight me!
He's coming!
Eagle looks. Shoot on sight.
Dodge this!
Into the shadows.
I haven't felt this great in a long, long time.
He disappeared! But he Well,
I have a rough idea. Maybe we'll do that as well.
We can talk about it later.
Shingo, are you alright?
Yohei, I had the weirdest dream. I dreamed that I wasn't a useless loser with a sword anymore. I even I thought we could finally open a dojo of our own now. But then I realized I couldn't control my own body. And there was this voice in I was terrified, and I wanted to take control of my body back.
Shingo, we shouldn't have made that wish. We summoned a spirit.
Yes, and had we not come to your rescue, your life would have been over before too much longer.
Thank you, Lady Guji, and thank you for your—
All right, take him to get some rest. He's very weak right now, having been possessed for quite a few days. He will experience a high fever, but it won't be fatal. At this point, I would normally lecture you on the dire consequences of using occult methods to obtain power that does not belong to you.
Yes, we understand now. We won't do it ever again.
Thank you, Lady Guji. Thank you. We'll be on our way then. Come on, Shingo.
Doesn't he too sleeping
Would
though?
they really have lost their lives if we hadn't gotten involved? And if so, why the heck were you so reluctant to help out?
Oh, they would have been fine. I had to scare them a little, though.
So, what?
You saw it all for yourselves. I'm sure you can figure out what kind of spirit had possessed him, can't
Hey,
you?
Master of the Sword.
Correct. Although it possessed Shingo, it didn't have any ill intentions. As a matter of fact, it actually seemed like it was trying to train Shingo to become bolder. Tossing salt caused even if we'd done nothing, of course. All right, seems like we've wrapped up.
Hold on, Miko. You say everything's wrapped up.
You mean you disagree?
The guys didn't use the book of...
Oh, you mean that they got the incantation from that book? Yes, I know the one.
Actually, that book's the whole reason.
Human beings don't have powers like us yokai.
That's not the point. The problem is that the incantations in the book are actually capable of summoning.
Even then, humans only have so much strength. Even if they do successfully summon a spirit with the incantation, it won't stay with them for very long. I really wouldn't fret about it.
But who wrote this book? What do you think, Traveler?
It does remember say it's fine with Brandon in your area.
You're right. Big events in the light novel market should be at the center of her attention, surely. But
Lady Yai!
Kuroda, what are you doing here?
I'm here to report on Yai Publishing House's sales for the last month. All the numbers are here. Please, take a look.
Let me see. What? We're losing market share?
Yes. Overall bestseller, reader's favorite, and trending ranking. We're being beaten in all categories. One book is topping the charts. It's called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits.
Both of you, back here now.
Now you wanna. Now you want to do it.
Scary look on your face right now.
Things just got serious. A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits is an all-round hit, summarily beating the novels of the Yai Publishing House by every analysis.
Define serious.
Just what is that supposed to mean? I worked extremely hard to promote our latest featured work, and now a rival book comes out of nowhere and steals our thunder. If this isn't the very definition of intolerable, I don't know what is. I have to come up with a counterplan. And you are going to help me.
Huh? How is this our problem all of a sudden?
Paimon, please. Who wrote this book and why? Don't we think there might be a bigger safety risk here?
Well, you don't care.
Am
You
I to
care
take it
about
that
the
the
war.
safety of the people of Inazuma isn't so important in your eyes after all?
Wait, what just happened? Again, you technically have a point, but...
Nothing's wrong, okay? I'm going to head back and make...
Okay, one sec. Where's it? Up there.
We're here. So what's your plan of action to deal with this rival book?
Why don't you take a guess? I'll give you a hint. It's to do with the Yai Publishing House.
Oh, Paimon knows! Combine the reputation of the Yai Publishing House with the status of Guji Yai and tell everyone that the incantations in that book are dangerous!
Oh, wow. Your first guess... wrong.
Paimon, that's your fault.
A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is the hottest light novel right now. If we did as you suggested, we would effectively be advertising to everyone that the incantations are real. In bending over backwards trying to warn everyone about the dangers, all we would accomplish is to create more curious readers ready to try them out. Also, sales for the book would only increase further.
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty catastrophic.
Leaving aside the issue of the enormous...
But that means there's nothing we can do.
Well, I've been thinking. I've read A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. It has many other good qualities besides the incantations alone. The book contains many ancient kaiden, or tales of the supernatural. I think we're going to have a difficult time trying to rein in its popularity while it's the
so you
only work in
mean-
it. That's right. How do you get rid of the next big thing? You replace it with the next big thing. So what we're going to do is create Inazuma's newest hit novel. Smash our rivals' sales numbers and win our readers back. That is how Yaimiko wages war. Incidentally, this will also be the best way to combat the influence of...
You want us to write
Can I already do that?
Well, becoming an accomplished novelist certainly isn't an overnight process. But let's not...
I did say this is what we're going to do. Anyway, there is a writer's submission event going on at the moment. Start by talking to readers and finding out what they're into. When you have an idea of what the current trends are, come back and see me. I'll be at Uyu Restaurant. Find me there when you're done. I will assemble a team, and we can work while we eat.
Are we really becoming very authors right now? Yeah, I don't really read light novels, but I do read manhwa, so yes. Similar light novels have more like information about them. Read all day.
I've been reading light novels for a long time now. I'm mainly into big, ambitious fantasy works with an original core concept. These days, though, everyone seems to be imitating each other. Most of the time, I can guess what the story is about just from the title. The only recent book worth mentioning is A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. Not only is it a good story, but the descriptions are really true to life. So much so that I'm almost wondering if maybe the author really has met all those yokai before.
The key to a successful light novel is having good illustrations. When to use illustrations, what they should. Good illustrations can make up. There's a saying that light novels are the illustration.
I'll be honest. I read light novels for the cheap thrills. In most traditional stories, the protagonist, by contrast, there's this popular light novel at the moment called A First-Hand Guide. The protagonist is a kitsune who has not only mastered the secret.
There's much more to light novels than Paimon realized.
I'm a real newbie at this.
Ah, there you are. Let me introduce the team. You've already met Junkichi and Shigeru. Shigeru is an experienced Satomiya's Yai Publishing House's ace in the hole. They will be teaming up with us to collectively create the novel that knocks A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits off its perch.
Uh-huh. It definitely makes sense.
Now then, tell me what you found out about readers' preferences. All very true. An original core concept, a fast pace, quality illustrations, and lots of action. This is the formula that will guarantee good sales numbers. More importantly than that, even though it's a work of fiction, we have to deliver a sense of realism.
Paimon followed pretty much all of that, but there's still one question. For example, we know we need an original core concept, but how do we come up with one?
Before you can answer that question, you have to understand your target audience. Take A First-Hand Guide to Summoning as a traveler. There must be a great many things you know that are complete unknowns to the people of Inazuma.
Oh, right! So maybe we can take inspiration. But
not at all. You don't have to worry so much about how to compete with that book. All you have to do
boring.
is provide some interesting ideas based on your travel experience. As long as the core content is interesting, my expert team here will be able to flesh out the details.
Alright, let's start with Chapter 1 then. What do you... Let's see what you got. He said he was a... What kind of plot is that?
It just goes to show, you have to have an interesting character sitting in the back. The protagonist is a transfer student, new to the school, whose ordinary life is about to take a wild turn when they meet the ballad and alcohol-loving principal. Sounds interesting. Approved.
Paimon just does not see the appeal.
Good job, little one. You're not only drawing on your own experiences, but it seems you're filtering them through the lens of the kinds of light novels you've read in the past. I think you really understand what we're trying to do here. Thoughts from the experts?
Yeah, we think it works. I tend to overcomplicate the core concept if I'm not careful, so this deals with that problem.
That's good. Okay, we're done with Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2.
Huh? Won't that do for now?
Readers will devour your content a lot more quickly than you'd think. If we don't keep delivering the goods now we've caught their attention, all our hard work so far is in vain. Hurry, Chapter 2, let's go. Can't you see that Satomi is waiting?
Just speed running this.
What's wrong with you? You don't look so good.
What a pity. I thought your beginner's luck would carry you a little further before it came to this. But alas...
Before it came to what?
The bane of our existence. Writer's block. It's your arch nemesis for life.
Sounds awful!
When this happens, the best thing you can do is have a... boss, get me a plate of fried tofu, and get some kushikatsu for these two. Just the basic kind will do. Don't worry, this is my treat.
Your treat? Oh, wait a minute. Miko, we'll be getting paid for all the hard work we're doing, right?
Of course. Everyone that takes part in the creative process will be paid.
Alright, cool. Then let's press on, shall we? Don't give up now. Ooh! Does this mean your inspirations come back?
During a trip to Leeway, tour guide turned out to be...
Let's see now. The protagonist arrives in Liyue and befriends a young man who doesn't have the money to pay for anything.
I mean, it's interesting,
Only later
right?
do we find out that this young man is
If you're
none
over
other
finding
than
right
Rex
wrongs and stuff.
Lapis himself. With the help of the Qixing and the protection of the Adepti, I am free to roam this vast realm. Is this the kind of cheap thrill that guy was talking about?
I give it a 9.8. The story is fun and action-packed with no dark undertones. Also, there are a great many legends about Rex Lapis. I'm sure it will spark the people's curiosity. I, for one, think there's a sizable market for this. Approved.
Alright, well, let's just hope Zhongli doesn't mind.
Great. Well, now Satomi can get started on that.
Leave it to me, Lady Yai.
Let's write about Inazuma in the 3rd chapter, shall we? I can help with this one. We can use the Vision Hunt Decree or your experience in the Resistance. Any ideas?
Vision Decree.
The strict Principal Raiden of the Inazuma Academy decided to confiscate all light novels. With the help of Lady Kitsune, the protagonist defeats Principal Raiden in an exam before the throne, forcing the principal to abolish the Literature Hunt Decree. Are we absolutely sure we can publish this?
We can.
I mean, they revealed it like in front of everyone. I mean, they talk about it in the open a lot.
We'll need to rewrite the part about me giving you the Omamori.
But then again, I don't think most people here know who Zhongli is, just in general. But I know Rex
Protagonist a
Lapis.
spell that can make their wishes come true. The protagonist uses this spell to defeat the Raiden Shogun in battle. That should do the trick.
Whoa, so we're really going head to head with our rival on this one, huh?
I suppose so. Once they're done writing the manuscript, I'll write the passage where the protagonist recites the incantation myself.
Are we done then? Do you really think this will be able to beat a first-hand guide to summoning spirits?
The content is fine. Now we just need to promote it. I will contact an artist to make some illustrations. I'm positive they will be at least as good as those in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. We'll also need an endorsement on a paper band around the book.
I didn't even like always have illustrations, I'm gonna be honest.
She runs a
Maybe I've
regular
done some
Q&A
drawings here and
column in
there.
That's Life magazine. The people of
Yeah, I have
Inazuma
light novels. I read
absolutely adore
mainly
her.
modern one stuff.
You're free to take a break while the
Basically,
creative
light
team
novels
is
for like,
doing
you
their
know,
work.
less
But please go by
reading.
the Yai
Way less
Publishing House
reading.
at some point to commission Ms. Hina for that recommendation.
And a lot of pictures.
Once our light novel is complete, let's meet at the writer's submission event.
Miss Hina doesn't usually do endorsements. But since it's Lady Guji that's asking, we'll see what we can do. With Miss Hina getting so popular lately, a lot of people have come to us hoping to do a collaboration. But Miss Hina's not interested in any of it. She still prefers to focus all her efforts on replying to readers' letters, and turns down every promotional opportunity she can. Maybe that's why her fans like her so much. I'm getting off topic here. Anyway, if we can get that endorsement from Miss Hina, you'll definitely get an exposure boost at the beginning. May your light novel sell well and set a new record for the Yae Publishing House.
We'll do our best.
Are you sure you'd like to submit this entry? Let me see. The Miraculous Adventures of the Traveler by Thousand Hands.
What a strange pen name. Definitely your doing. Having been around you so much recently, Paimon's slowly starting to understand your unique tastes.
What do you mean, strange? It took a lot of work by a lot of different people to get this thing finished.
We'll get this printed as a matter of priority and conduct trial sales in pilot locations throughout Inazuma. I'll announce the sales numbers in 3 days.
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting a little nervous now.
We
Do you
have.
think this is gonna work?
We are a top-notch team. We're all professionals.
That's right. Be confident in your work.
Okay, then I'll sign you up. Please come back in 3 days for the results. Thank you all for your submission. I wish you the very best of luck.
Day after tomorrow. So that's 33 days. I don't know if it'll count as 3 days. We'll see. The first question I have way more fighting in it. I was wrong. Oh, I was wrong. Yeah. I can upgrade this, I guess, but and this. Actually, I'm gonna upgrade this to 5. Oh, it was upgrading to 4. I don't know. I need more chunks. Oh. 3 days, one day, right?
You've all finally made it. Good news, everyone. I just received word that your light novel is flying off the shelves. This level of success is an amazing accomplishment for a new work. Most new books don't sell 30% of what you've sold. I have free copies for each of you here. Please take them.
These are great
The whole reason why we made this light... We sold a lot of copies, but it doesn't feel like...
Oh, don't worry. The change is already underway. Shh. Listen to what the people around us are...
Hey guys, have you heard about this latest Kaidan thing doing the rounds? You just need to recite the incantation from A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits at Midnight, and your wish will come true!
Oh, that? That's a throwback. That's old news, man. No one's talking about that anymore. The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune is the new hit thing. I've already memorized all the incantations.
The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune? What's that?
You haven't read it yet? Okay, so supposedly, if you recite the spell in there on a moonless night, you'll receive protection of the Kitsune and all the other powerful yokai. They can make any of your wishes come true. I heard that the incantations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits have weird side effects. This one guy wished for a load of Mora, and got it, but then one night it all turned to leaves and he developed a high fever. They actually had to use one of the secret spells of Lady Kitsune to get rid of the discomfort. That proves that the incantations in this book are more potent than the ones everyone was trying before. Pretty much everyone I know is desperate to try it out. Just wait.
Really? Well, I better go and prepare too.
Well, feeling less worried now?
Wow, you're right! Everyone's shifting focus! But what's this moon? Paimon doesn't remember that detail from the brainstorming session.
This is something that will become very important to us further down the line. All right, it's time to move on to... Of course. Behind every book that hits the market lies an author, right?
Oh yeah, if we leave him to his own devices, he might just write another guide to summoning spirits. Also, we still need to figure out what his motive for writing it was.
Exactly. That's what we need to take care of next. Fortunately, I've already managed to identify the author. He's a failed light novelist named Tomoyuki. But when we went to ask him about it, he had no recollection whatsoever of having written the book.
Wait, so does that mean, I'm gonna guess, a spirit?
Yes. This is another case of possession. Only this time, whoever possessed him actively sought him out. After his novel submission failed, he was walking aimlessly in Araumi. In frustration, he shouted out, "Please, someone, anyone, help me write a truly amazing novel."
But the spirit that wrote the book has already left him now, right?
Simple. It wrote a summoning incantation in the book, didn't it? So we can just use its own method to make it manifest itself. And you, my little friend, are the perfect candidate for this role.
Dubious.
What are you talking about?
I'm assuming dungeon time? Dungeon time? Dungeon time!
Nico, what is this place?
The ideal spot for a little meet and greet with a certain elusive author.
Really?
That seems rather fitting, considering that we are dealing with the spirits of the deceased here. What are you so afraid of, honestly? We're finally about to meet the true author of a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. Aren't you excited?
Paimon's heart is pounding, but Paimon's pretty sure it's not because of excitement.
Come on, in we go.
Hey, wait up! Oh, Paimon's scared.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go to it, so I'll be right back. Be right back. Let's continue. Yay. For the story dungeons, you do get like attack cards, so it makes it way easier to do.
Miko, do you know what it's supposed to show?
Probably a scene from ancient Inazuma.
It's a good piece of artwork and all, but it looks like the artist signed their name.
Let's go inside and take a look.
Let's get down
right
to business.
Now. Right here. Show them.
No, my sword! Loot it.
To the ferry.
Right now. Right here. Right now.
Wait, lost.
Wow, this place is huge! Hey, is that a mirror? There's a really weird-looking stool as well. Wonder what it's for.
Ah, I see. This setup is quite handy. Saves me a lot of work. All right, go and take a look around. There should be a mechanism somewhere that makes the whole room move. Right here. Emerge. Right now.
Thank God for that. What?
What's one more?
What's the hurry? What's the hurry?
Let's get down to business.
Come on out. Show them.
More. The ferry. Free. The ferry.
Right here. Right now.
Okay, but that one's like... It's not the...
Right here. Come on out.
Ready.
I didn't aim up for but it's so fucking
Show them. Right now. Right here. Emerge.
Really bring it down. Wow. Look at this, like, air actually hurts my eyes.
Right now.
Why is it so freaking shiny over here? Oh my god, that hurts. Very careful in this. Lobster and lobster. I'm gonna see you at good down there, alright?
Right here. Come on out.
Into the
Oh
shadows.
yeah, I
The victor is...
okay, that was always like that.
Right now. Right here.
And you! Fall before me!
Right now.
The fun
Oh my god, I actually focused on that.
What a disgrace.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me leave you a verse. Time to act.
Oh, this is like serious.
Don't get frostbite.
Cut down!
Dodge this.
You snow?
Into the shadows.
Hi.
I can't believe I'm almost as good as it is. Okay, just to be safe, because I don't want to actually die. I should actually just heal.
Fall before me!
Dodge this.
It's over!
No, my sword.
Cool it.
Body and mind.
Sounds good, maybe just give a bit of a boost. A tiny bit.
This smoke will be frozen in time.
Witness the power of Gua.
This will do!
That's what I mean, like, just get another light, and that was it.
Time to act. Body and mind. Time to act.
Stop, damn it, stop. Yeah, you good.
Show them.
I mean, there's no switch, but like, how do I get to the switch? That's the question. Actually, not explaining really anything to me as for Genshin like to do. Up here. I don't know why I was launching over.
Emerge.
Okay, how do I get in there?
Come on.
Okay, that's so those doors stick.
Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate.
Freeze!
Fall before me!
Right now. Right here.
You win!
Emerge. Right here.
Not around.
Whoa, it's that painting we just saw. It's turning this way along with the whole wall. It's getting eerier and...
Okay. Next, I will show you a secret kitsune spell. The murky mirror reflects the view of Inazuma in a bygone age. Spirits stirred by the sight of the past will be easily drawn to it. You're up next, little one. Come on, sit yourself down here. Yes. The whole point of a summoning ritual is for a dead person's spirit. You saw what happened to that.
Are we positive that summoning a spirit...
Oh, you really care about the little one quite a lot, don't you? I'm a little jealous. I wish my friends were caring like that. Anyway, are you scared, little friend? Sit on the chair, stare at the painting, and relax your body and mind. Try and be natural. There's really no need to be nervous.
It's like he's sitting inside the painting. Huh? Is Paimon...
Recite the incantation in your... Now, what? Very good. The book is selling exceptionally well, travel.
The painting is moving again!
So what, you couldn't get them to possess you?
I never thought the day would come when I'd be summoned using my own ritual. Getting a taste of my own medicine. What have we here? Another budding writer? What's come over you all? Why is everyone wishing for help with their writing? Are not—
We got you! So you were the one who wrote— What are you trying to do,
Huh? What's this? Oh, I see. No wonder this felt so familiar. I've walked right into your trap, haven't I? You ask me what my game is here? Well, of course. It was to use this incantation as a means for all the souls of the departed yokai to make their glorious return to the world and plunge—
What? Paimon knew it!
Oh, did you now? Then how naive of you to let me possess this body so easily. I sense, yes, great power within him. Good. Good! With this power, no one shall be able to stand in my way!
Wake up! Quick! Wake up!
It is futile. You shall never wake him again. This body—
Hey! Come on, wake up, Miko! Think of something! You're laughing?
Oh, Rakusai, you haven't changed a bit. You caught on so quickly. Too perfect.
Well, you made the face enough times that I couldn't exactly miss the hint. This is what you were going for, yes? Never one to stand on the sidelines of a good spectacle, are you? Always got to dive in and fan the flames, huh? You mischievous little kitsune, you. Look what you've done to this little flying one here. Oh, poor thing scared witless.
You were having plenty of fun playing the bad guy a moment ago. Now you're trying to blame it all on me?
Rakusai? Miko!
Yes, we do.
Allow me to formally introduce the author of A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, Urakusai. No, wait. To be more—
Memory?
Ah, spirits, memories. They're just different words to describe the same thing. Something that comes from the ley lines.
Do you remember that recent incident when the Rift Hounds were gnawing at the sacred Sakura's roots? You witnessed human memories leaking from the ley lines, didn't you? Well, since there are human memories, of course there are going to be yokai memories too. In life, yokai possess supernatural powers, and even typically yokai memories survive.
Indeed, indeed. I was wandering around the sacred Sakura's roots when I suddenly heard someone yelling, "Please, someone, anyone, help me write a truly amazing novel." It piqued my curiosity, so I popped inside his body and wrote a novel for him.
So that's how it happened. But why did you include a summoning—
Oh, little one. Not to toot my own horn here, but when I was alive, I wasn't just another kitsune, no. I was a mighty and powerful Daioko. The memories of other yokai can't possess human bodies at will like I can. But with this incantation, they can go one last little joyride in the world for a couple of days. Anything they're still itching to do, they can go and get it done.
But...
She's trying to say that all the commotion this—
Disturbance? I guess you mean that we might leave them with some broken dreams after we leave, hmm? But you know, I actually think that the most admirable thing about human beings is the way that they go out and shape their fate with their own two hands. As for those who would rather draw— So when you think about it—
Yeah.
All right, then.
What, are you scared?
Not only that—
Of course. You were always the one to pick a quarrel with me when we all used to gather around and share stories. All right. You win, I lose. Happy—
I finally get to hear you say it centuries later. Ooh, I must say it feels good.
I remember when you were just a little girl, always hanging off my shoulders. A few hundred years later, and you're all grown up.
Oh, Urakusai, how much time do you have left?
Not much. That goes for all of us, actually. We've all got to go back where we came from in the end. Everyone's quite content in many ways. but they still can't help but ask, are we ever going to have another Hyakyako?
Don't you worry about that, Urakusai. Arrangements are being made. When my bell rings, it means the moonless night is upon us.
Ha ha ha! Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. Miko, it's been nice catching up, but I'd better conserve my energy if I want to stick it out until then. So, I'll be on my way now.
All right. Goodbye then, Urakusai.
One last thing, Miko. I just want to know, have you been well all these years?
I've been great, of course. Every day is a happy one. Especially these days. Not only do I have my light novels, but I've also met these two delightfully nosy outlanders. And even A is finally starting to come to her senses. Quite a miracle, given how pig-headed she can be.
Oh, well, great. That's fantastic.
Urakusai, you'd be right at home in this era. A great storyteller and artist like yourself would be the Yae Publishing House's ace in the hole. And I would personally be hounding you over your next installment.
He disappeared. Are you awake? How are you feeling?
Are you all there? Here, like last time, repeat after me. Oh, you beat me to it. So, your first possession, What was it like?
Oh, so there's a lot to learn. I remember everything pretty clear, you just couldn't get into.
Hearing Rakusai admit defeat has put me... Yes, though since you've come this far...
You cannot be serious! You got...
Aw, come on. I'm really only asking you to finish what you...
Pirate's paycheck? Well, there's...
What's the hurry?
Well, hello there, my little helpers. So nice of you to join me. You're right on time, too.
As if we had a choice. We just want our paychecks. So, Nico, what exactly do we have to do to make this Hyakyako happen? Also, to be clear, we actually have no idea what it even means.
It might sound ominous, but to put it simply, the Hyakyako is just a gathering of the yokai. Back in the day at yokai gatherings, once everyone had had plenty to drink, one by one they'd start soaring into the sky with their yokai powers. There were so many of them that their silhouettes would block out the moon. But now, the yokai memories that leak from the ley lines are weak. They are no longer able to fly. So I will be performing a convocation ritual for them. When the time comes, they will gather in the sky above. All the preparations for...
Oh, yeah!
That's the one. When that time comes, let's all pitch in and help send them on their way. I will start the ritual first. During the Hyak... After that, I will commence... The memories are normal. They may see this as an...
Alright, got it.
Well...
Okay, let's get...
Descend the mountain?
Yep, Miko's...
I see.
We'll be taking care of a couple other...
It seems like Lady Kuji's never allowed anyone else to be in her presence when she's conducted rituals like this in the past. Thank you for helping with the ritual. And Good luck.
Don't worry, we're much stronger than we...
Yeah.
Miko's about to start the ritual. Come on, let's go deal with the monsters down the mountain.
Catch the wind.
Yeah, because that makes sense. I was in a stance like that and it decided to still be able to kill me.
Where are you? Ring cutter.
Actually, the mirror is over here, right?
These monsters look really riled up. Yep. Let's get rid of them. All right, here they come.
Anyway, I don't want...
Body and mind. Ready.
That's good. I gotta get my...
No, my sword! Time to act. Loaded.
Into the shadows. Loaded.
Alright, no, that's alright.
Witness the power of Gua. Body and mind. Ready.
To the berry.
There's so many of them. Come on, you can do it.
There's a lot more there, it's like burning them.
Shoot on sight. Ready, the victor.
Oh, that is absolutely taking a mess. I'm trying to use this shit, right? Because I need a skill up so I
My
can't
guard
shoot.
down. No, my
I
sword.
was trying to attack him.
Loaded.
Oh, I was gonna say that killed me again.
Ring cutter. Time to act.
I dare you!
Ready.
I need to train harder. Brace yourself.
Hunt them down.
Body and mind.
Don't hold back.
Into the shadows.
All right, that's the last of the monsters.
Yes, the memories of the yokai. They haven't been able to relax and soar through the air like this for a long time. Come with me. You all right, little one? You look a little nervous.
It's just, Paimon's never seen anything like this before. Whoa, they've really blocked out the moon!
It does look a little intimidating, doesn't it? But I know them. They may be loud and brash at times, but they are good and brave souls. Even after losing their lives in a brutal war, they have never given in to grief or despair.
Sad? She sounds very skilled. That's it.
It's a feast, and all feasts come to an end. Since you're sorry to see them leave, why don't you do the recital along with me? O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment, in reverence I perform this rite.
In reverence I perform this rite.
Mama got
To be a guiding light.
The book says, recite the secret spells of Lady Kitsune tonight, and our wishes will come true.
O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment.
I perform this rite to be a guiding light.
Your unrivaled power will be honored eternally.
That's nice.
Murakusai, you asked if I was doing well. Really, every day is a happy day for me. But watching you all leave now, I can't help but feel a little lonely. Just a little, of course. Just as I thought.
You alright?
But the look on your...
I'm fine, serious. No. Honestly, you two.
Hiko.
Fine. Well, if you're dead set on doing something for...
Sure, no problem. Amelia...
Okay.
It's a deal.
Well, see you soon then.
That's alright, it's just a fun day. That's it, time.
Today is the day we agreed to treat Miko to a meal. The venue is...
Wait is unbearable. How is the next chapter of the miraculous...
It was quite a surprise when the
Yeah, that huge black cloud over Mount Yogo that night. It just seemed to form out of nowhere.
But then nothing happened after I made a wish using the method in that book.
Yeah. I guess light novels are just fiction after all, huh?
That night was definitely the nail in the coffin for the incantations from novels fad. Still, something tells me the miraculous adventures of the Traveler will remain an interesting series for a long time to come.
Huh? Paimon can't seem... Guess she's not out here.
Ah, my little friends. There you are.
Miko, what is this? You started eating without us?
I did, yes. The thought of being able to eat the most expensive dishes and drink the finest sake, all for absolutely free? Ah, boss, see these two faces here? Remember them. They're the ones picking up the bill later.
Alrighty.
What's gotten into you? Come on, sit yourselves down. You have to try this fish. It's found exclusively in the waters around Seirai Island. They shipped it to Inazuma overnight, and it was still alive right up until I ordered it. Or maybe you'd rather try this? I know. I normally can't bring myself to drink sake this expensive either. If you don't drink alcohol, that's fine too. There are all...
Miko! You are outrageous! Last time we were here working on the novel, all you ordered for us was the plainest kushikatsu!
Strange. I remember no such thing.
I don't remember it.
Oh, so what? You did offer to...
Miko, this meal is going to be super expensive! Aren't you...
Oh, don't you worry about that. You can most definitely...
Darn it! She tricked us into this! Miko was after our Mora from the very beginning!
I would have already offered to take her to a restaurant in the first place.
Oh, by the way, so you'll have to come up with... The deadline is looming.
Finally, it's over! Oh my god, they're not activating total pilot anymore. I'm free! We're close to getting another one. So choose. I think I'll eventually do a thing just to... I just want to check. Alright, I got no signals for you, so I got to run to... Nice first. I don't know, it's not gonna hide. I honestly don't know how I got here from Inazuma super quickly, but sure, it is okay.
The battle between wind and rain appears to have reached its end.
September now. Oh yeah.
We have put in...
So someone's got this two skis another 60, I think, right? But 60, yeah, I think that's all stuff. I'm gonna share it too. And the transformation there. Okay.
If you ever have it.
I will pick the fire spell, bring it over there. Okay, that's fine. Possibly. Okay, well that being said, I'm probably gonna end up leaving it there, the stream there. If I stream later tonight, it is what it is. But as right now, we're pretty good minutes of this week. And yeah, I'll see you guys. Bye. I doubt I'll be streaming later tonight, to us. Okay, bye.